on today's video, we are going to talk about another story time on this channel, Life in Cameroon, Life in Douala. Hello Team Priska, welcome back to our channel. My name is Priska and I'm a Cameroonian YouTuber based in Douala, Cameroon. Welcome back on this platform. If it's your first time here, please check my other videos, and if that's the type of content you like, consider hitting the red subscribe button. So on today's video, we are going to talk about another story time on this channel, Life in Cameroon, Life in Douala. Yes. So if you're out there, this video will just help you see how things work in other parts of African countries, okay? So just take your popcorn, chill, relax, and follow this juicy gist I'll share with you. If in your country you do purchase, you do refunds, you should be very grateful, you should be very happy. Because elsewhere, people go to shops, to supermarkets, to purchase some items, and if they get home, it's not working, they go back to these shops and they do exchange and refunds. I'm like, ooh, this is just amazing. When will I have such in my own country? Look forward to that. Tell me, how does it work in your community? If you buy something, is it the same way? How does it work? I'm going to share with you another adventure, a story time, what happened live in the cold store. We call it Congé Cam Still in Douala, Cameroon. Okay? Here, it's just on rare occasions, I don't know. It's not every time you buy something, you're not satisfied. After getting home, you're not satisfied. Then you go back to that shop and you refund it. Most often it doesn't happen, except you bought it in a big shop, you have the receipt, and then you can go back and they may exchange it. Probability is very high that they'll try to stick the blame on you. They may tell you, why did you cross-check it when you bought it before taking it home? They'll tell you, probably you're the one that went home. If, for example, it's an appliance, they may tell you, you're probably the one that went and connected it on the wrong power, maybe a higher voltage, and it blew off the appliance, and things like that. They'll always look for a way to pin the blame on you. This fateful day, I was in the cold store. I wanted to buy fish. And while there, something happened, and I said I will share this with you, so that wherever you are, if your system is best than what I'm presently sharing, you should definitely appreciate your government and the way the policy there works. You should appreciate it. You will never know the value of something until you lose it. So on this day, a client came, a woman came. She had bought fish worth 6,500 francs. She went to her house. Once the fish got dissolved, she had fixed the fish, sliced the fish to her desired sizes. And then as she was fixing or chopping them down, she realized that this fish is rotten. Most of them were rotten to the core. She couldn't take it. That was a whole lot of money she had spent. 6,500 francs. She couldn't take it. She wore her dress back, took her car, then came back to the cold store. She went to the cashier where she paid for the fish, and she was like, I bought this fish here and this is the condition. They told her they can't help her there. Let her go to the other side. They were like, go that way. She went to the direction they pointed, and she got there. She asked, they said, they can't help you here, go the other way. Go and see the chief of agency. She kept asking most of the employees there that were wearing the uniform of the place, who is the chief of agency? And nobody was ready to spell it out. Nobody was ready to say it. They were just saying she's there, search for her, we don't know. Whereas the chief of agency was just seated there, seeing the woman going up and down. She knew that if she answers presents to who she is, if she owned up to being the chief of agency, she had to definitely resolve that problem, and they will be losing money. So this woman went around and was asking. She got pissed off. She was like, but who is the chief of agency here? They kept toasting me from one angle to the other. Nobody is ready to tell me who the chief of agency is. So fortunately for her, she knows one of the workers there. So she was telling the guy, called the guy by name. Who is your chief of agency? Who is the manager of this place? Tell me. The lady was just right behind. The guy just said, there she is behind. I'm sure the chief of agency saw the guy pointing at her. And I'm sure this guy will be in problems eventually. So, when he just pointed, that woman just went and explained to that chief of agency. She said, I just came here a while ago. I bought this fish. I got home. This is the state in which I found this fish. I can't consume it and I need refunds. I need exchange or whatsoever. This lady just took her to where all the other deep freezers were to exchange. This fish this woman had bought had two different prices. There are more expensive ones and there are cheaper ones. The chief of agency took her to the cheaper section and told her to choose from the client was like, no. Look at the sizes of the fish I bought. They are quality fish and they are more expensive. So she insisted until the chief of agency accepted. Okay, they took her to the deep freezer. What's the value of what she has just bought? She took some fishes there, went to the cashier with the chief of agency. They placed it on the scale, and they gave her bill. They told this lady they can only give her fish worth 5,000 francs. That is $10. That is $10. Remember, she had just bought fish for $13, about $14. Now they want to give her fish for $10. They said that's the most they can do. This woman was hot. She was like, no. I can't just lose $4 or $3 like that. I can't just lose it like that. Give me fish what my value is. Not where this woman started spilling out things. Apparently, this woman cooks food and sells for the public. Apparently, because she explained that last week, that's the week before the one we talked, she came to that place. She had bought that same fish there. The fish she bought is mostly used for pepper soup. That's mashwaron. She said she had bought that fish there. She went home and it was the same situation. She was like, no, the majority of the fish was bad. She was like, how will she leave all the chores she has to do? She's behind time. So she just absorbed the shock, absorbed the losses, and she did her things and she forgot about it. She said, but today she could not stay calm. I know you ask me, why didn't she change the cold store? Why didn't she buy from elsewhere? These cold stores are not that many. In this market which I'm talking about, we have just two cold stores. The big one, which is Conjecam, and a smaller one, which is just owned by a private individual. You won't even have a great variety of fishes there, and it is more expensive. So that's why no matter the case, we keep going back there, no matter the situation we had at hand. So this woman insisted until finally they had to give her just this fish worth $10 instead of $14, about $14, which she had paid for. This is just a crazy scene. This is just a crazy something to think or to imagine that you'll just be losing that much. Comment down below if you've had a similar situation. Just tell me, if you were in the case of this chief of agency, how would you have handled this situation? Do you think justice was served? Do you think this client was well treated, fairly treated? Just tell me down in the comments. I don't think she was nicely treated. She was supposed to be given the item worth the value of what she had paid for. And remember, you can't be refunded your money. They can't give you back the money you paid for. No, they can't give it back to you. You just have to take something. And this is what has happened. There are moments where you go to this cold store and the fishes are just so terrible. They are all rotten. But you can't do otherwise. People still buy, they manage to go and fry. Especially when we had the major lockdown during the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic. Because containers could not be shipped in and out. So that's just how life in Cameroon is. Just comment down below. If it was a similar situation in your area, How will it be handled? Tell me that in the comment section. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the red subscribe button. And until we meet again, guys, take care. Love you. Bye-bye.